Hey guys, Catherine here, making another Sculpey charm today, and I was thinking of doing a charm from the Lord of the Rings. So what I would like to do is make the One Ring, because there is nothing more iconic from the Lord of the Rings than the One Ring. And to do that, I am going to mix some yellow Sculpey and some translucent Sculpey together. This way I figured I'd kind of get sort of swirls going through it. The yellow should override the translucent Sculpey mostly, but I don't want it to be entirely mixed in. I want it to have a, a swirly quality to it. So that should about do it. And then what I'm going to do is roll it out into a snake, trying to keep it a fairly even width all along. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I did consider different ways to make a ring shape from it. I could roll it flat and then take two circles and cut two circles from it, but that would be very flat. I could put a bit of plastic wrap over the top of it and then do the two circles, and that would give me a sort of beveled edge at least on one side, but I want it to be beveled on both sides, and I think the best way to get that is to roll out an even snake, well, as even as I can make it anyway. There we go. Which, not to toot my own horn, but I kind of think is pretty darn even. And then just take something flat, like a bit of aluminum, and just lightly press it down evenly across the whole thing so that it just kind of squishes out a little bit. And that, hopefully, yes, has created a rounded edge on a flat piece that is of a fairly uniform width. That's not too bad. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take my ends and trim them squarish so that they will line up with one another, hopefully, and set that aside, and then turn this into something roundish. Ooh, that's going to be way too big. Okay, cut that shorter. Oh, and there's a spot of black Sculpey in there. Somehow it got mixed in. That's okay. Cutting it off anyway. There we go. That's about the size I want for the ring. And it's not an actual ring. Well, I'm sure there's someone who can fit that as an actual ring size, but it's not an actual ring size that would fit on me. And then I will just reinforce the back with my finger and grab my flat scraping tool and scrape it smooth. Well, as smooth as I can make it anyway. However smooth that actually ends up being is something up for consideration. Go and around these sides if I can, just as smooth as I can get it, and then turn it around and get the other side. There we go. And then back it with my finger and just kind of smooth over on the inside as best as I am able. And that's a round-ish shape. And then what I'm going to do is the dark writing on the inside, and this I think is going to be the tricky part. I will do this with a pin, I think. So I'll grab a pin out of my pin cushion, and I'm not going to do the actual writing, one, because I haven't looked up anything for reference, and two, because I don't think it particularly matters. Everybody will know what it is when I tell them. So I'm just kind of doing something that I think looks sort of swirly and like the writing looked on the inside of the ring, which I don't even know if it will last through the firing because I'm not doing it particularly deep. Go. Well, trying not to do it particularly deep anyway, because it'll just lift up scrapes if I do. And there we have it. My sort of version of the One Ring, with, as near as I can make it, writing on the inside. Let me know what you think. Tell me how I could have done it better. Tell me how I should have used gold Sculpey. Tell me how I can still color it gold afterward by painting it or putting gold mica powder on it afterward. And I'm going to leave it like it is because I like it the way that it is. And this is going to be a charm for my charm set. It's about the same size as the rest of the charms, but you'll notice that I'm not putting an eye pin in it. I've decided not to put an eye pin in the ring because it is a ring. It's round and circular, so all I really need to do is open up a jump ring and hook it through the inside, and then close that jump ring again, and it'll be able to be put on a charm chain. That is really cool, I think, because then it'll still allow it to turn while it's on the chain. I could put an eye pin in, but I don't want to. I like the idea of it being able to turn on the chain itself. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're doing today, and see you later.